Hi, Assalamualaikum. A very good morning to all students. Okay, guys, today I want to discuss about poems titled Cat. Alright, this poem was written by John Kitchens, and then we will just look at the poem, and also I will just continue this poem, and I want you to listen to this poem. Alright, you can just take out your textbook and then you turn to page 17. You can see the poem. Alright, before we start with the poem, let me just start with some refreshment where you need to answer my question. I want to ask you, how many of you in this class know what is cat? And I believe some of you, maybe you have cat at your home, and some of you maybe don't have any cat at home. All right, cat is actually a pet that we used to pet at home, and then this cat has what? How many legs? Uh, how many legs the cat has? Okay, cat has four legs, and then how about the figure of the cat? How big the cat? How small the cat? Can any one of you tell me about this feature of the cat? Okay, cat has fur, and then cat also has how many color? The cat has. For normal cat, we have three color, and then most of the cat female cat has three colors. However, for male cats, they have only one color. And then mostly we can find cat where you can find the cat. Mostly we can just find the cat at markets, and then we can see cat at pet shop, and also we can see cat at your friend house and your house. All right. So can anyone in this class tell me the characteristic of cat? Is it very tame or is it very wild? Anyone? All right. So cat is a very what? A very tame animal where the cat is very, you know, tame and also light to come close to our leg and then like to sit on our hip and so on. All right, now we move on to the second part where we want to listen to the poems. All right, so let me just recite this poem for you. All right, cat. One cat, two cat, three cat, four cats scratching at my grand back door. Five cat, six cat, seven cat, eight cats scratching at my grandma's gate. Eight cat, seven cat, six cat, five cats scratching at the old beehive. Four cat, three cat, two cat, one cat napping in the noonday sun. Alright, so do you know about all this rhyme and also the stanza? How many stanza? I want to ask you guys, how many stanza we have in this poem? Okay, we have how many? One, two, three, four. So how many stanza we have? Four stanza. How many sentence we have in this poem? Alright, if you look at the stanza one, we have we have one sentence. And then if we look at the second stanza, we also have one sentence. If we look at the third stanza, we can find that the third stanza also have one sentence. And last stanza, stanza 4, we have how many sentences? Also one sentence. So in this poem, we have four sentences, and each, each stanza has one sentence. Alright. So anyone in this class want to know about this poem? Anyone? Anyone want to know about this poem in very detail? Let me just explain to you what are the things that we can see in this poem. Alright, number one. Number one, what we can see is we can see there are a number of cats that been used by the author. The author write the number of cat. So the number of cat that you can find in this poem, how many? How many cats that we have in this poem? Anyone? No. You. Do you know how many cat we have? So if you want to know how many cat, we try to recite once again. Alright, one cat, two cat, three cat, four cat stretching at my grand door. Five cat, six cat, seven cat, eight cat scratching at my grandma gate. So how many cats we have? There are eight cat, because in stanza 2 the author mentioned about eight cat, and then we move on to stanza number 3. Stanza 3 tells us about how many cats? Eight cat, seven cat, six cat, five cat stretching at the old high bee. Four cat, three cat, two cat, one cat napping in the noonday sun. So here, if we look at this poem, alright, what do you understand from this poem? Okay, what do you understand? I want to ask you, what do you understand? Based on this stanza one, 2, 3, 4, what are things that you can imagine when I just read this poem for you? Okay, the first stanza, what do you understand? How many cats mentioned in first stanza? Who can answer this question? How many cats? How many? We have we have four cats mentioned in the first stanza. And then for the second stanza we have how many cats? Five, six, seven, eight. Eight cats searching at my grandma gate. So first stanza the author mentioned about one, two, three, four cats, and then the second stanza mentioned five, six, seven, eight. So how many cats were mentioned in the second stanza? So it's mentioned four cats. So total of the cat that we have in this what we call poem, we have eight cats. All right. So based on this poem, what else that we can actually interpret based on the stanza 1 and stanza 2? What are the things that you can, relate? Maybe something that you can relate in your life, or maybe something that you can actually see at your home. For example, like you go back to your home, you can see cat. So means that you can see cat at your home, and then you go outside and then you can also see the cat. So cat are very, very what? we have lot of cats in our area. I mean, at your home you can see cat, and then at your neighbor home also you can see cat. So we can see everywhere in our place we can see a lot of cat. So this means cat is the animals that we pet, something that we pet, and then something that we actually encounter every day. So these are cats. And then if you look at the first stanza tells us about this cat is doing what at the grand door? Is scratching means that something like, the cat will scratch the back door, and also, that is the normal things that the cat always do when, the cat want to enter the house. It will scratching the door so that the owner will open the door and let the cat get inside. So these are the normal things that the cat always done. All right. And then if we look at stanza number two tells us about cat scratching at my grand gate. Means that not only at door, cat also can do the same thing at the gate, because maybe if your house has gate and then the cat want to enter your house, it will scratching at the gate. And then when you heard the cat is scratching at your gate, and then you open the door, you go and open the gate, and then the cat can enter. So these are the normal things that cat always did to make sure that it can enter your house. Okay, and then stanza number three: eight cat, seven cat, six cat, five cat scratching at the old hive bed. Oh, and that means at your home you have the beehive, and then your cat always play outside, and then they were attracted to the beehive because, when they play outside, when they saw this beehive, they will play at this beehive, because that one is something that can attract not only cat, dog also can actually attract to beehive. So that's why when you have cat, when you let your cat go outside your house, your cat will play and also will go to the place that around at your house. So meaning to say is that when you want to let your cat go out, you have to make sure that your cat didn't go to the place where, that place very dangerous. Sometimes, beehive actually very dangerous, not only for cat, for human as well, because when the bee go out from its hive, it will just attack animals surrounding. So that's why when you want to make sure that your cat are in the safe situation, what you can do is when you open the door, you have to make sure that your cat doesn't go and play at the beehive. So these are the things that you have to make sure your cat always be very far from behind. All right, and then standard number four tells us about the cat napping on the noonday sun. So meaning to say that in the noon, the cat always sleep. Not only noon, sometimes you can see that your cat always sleep in the morning, noon, evening, night. You can see all the time your cat, always sleep, because they don't actually have the specific time to sleep. So that's why they sleep at any time. So if you can see in this poem, we can see that the author tried to tell us about the culture of the cat, how the cat is actually, live at the home, and also what they always do when they at home. They like to scratching, they like to sleep, they like to play, they also like to, yes, they also like to do what, class? They like to eat. You didn't forget that animal should eat to survive. So these are the things that the cat always do when they at home. And then when they go outside, they will play and play and play. This is the nature of the cat. So, do you understand? From this explanation, do you understand? If you have anything to ask, you can do so, because I will just proceed. If you don't have any question, I will proceed with my next session, where I want to ask few questions, and then you need to answer the question. And then I also have the task that you need to complete. All right. So if you don't have any question, I want to move to next session, where I want to ask you a few questions. This one is very simple question, and also very basic things that you should know about cat, and then you can get the answer from the poem. All right. So we move on to next session, where I want to ask question. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I want to hear your voice. Are you guys ready? Yes. If you are ready, now we move on to next session. I want to ask you about the poem. All right. Okay. First, all right. Now we move on to the next session, where I want to ask you few questions based on the poem. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? If you are ready, I will start the question one. All right. Are you guys ready? Okay. If you are ready, I want to start with the first question. The first question. Okay, class. My first question is, where are the cats in the first stanza? Okay, guys, you just go back to the poem. Just read stanza number one. Okay, so anyone want to be a volunteer to give answer? A. Granny home. B. At the gate. C. At the farm. So guys, anyone to give the answer? Oh, for me, you want to give the answer? Okay, for me, what is your answer? Yes, correct. The answer is A. Granny home. Alright, alright. So the answer for first question is at Granny home. Yes, correct. Now we move on to the second question. Okay, for second questions, in stanza 2, what are the cat doing? A. Sleeping. B. Scratching. C. Eating. So, where Oh no, what are the cat doing? The second question is what are the cat doing? So the, the answer is B, scratching. Alright, so how many of you got the correct answer? How many of you? Okay, I can see few correct, and the rest is wrong. Okay, so why you get wrong answer? What are you choose? Yes, that's you. What you choose? Sleeping? Oh, no, no, no. It's not sleeping. The cat was scratching outside the door. Alright, so we move on to next questions. Next questions. Alright, for next question, you need to answer this question. In stanza 3, where are the cat? Yes, where are the cat? Because in every stanza, the author write the cat was in the different place. So in stanza number 3, where are the cats? The answer is okay. Who know the answer? I want to know how many of you know the answer for question number 3. How many of you know? All right, I give you 1 minute to think, and then you can just refer to the page of our poem. All right. So the answer is the answer is the answer the answer is B. Yes, correct. At the beehive. All right. So how many of you got the correct answer? Good. I can see a lot of you get the correct answer for number 3 at the beehive. And then we move on to next questions. Next, next question is in last stanza, stanza 4, what are the cats doing? A. Napping. B. Eating. C. Playing. So I give you 1 minute to think of this answer. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. Okay, I don't want to waste time. We proceed with the answer. So the answer for these questions, the answer is A, napping. All right. How many of you got the correct answer? Yes, good. Only two people get wrong answer. Good, good, very good. And I I'm very happy that you know the answer because this is the very easy question that I formed for you guys to answer. Alright, so before we proceed with our next task, let me just explain to you about the poem, the theme of this poem, and also the characteristic. Alright, if we look at this poem is actually about the cat. The main theme of the poem is about the cat. You know, cat. Cat is the mysterious creature and also like to sneak and also independent nature of the cat. So in this poem, the author wants us to understand that the cat is actually very mysterious, and also the cat is always like to sneak outside. Sometimes they sneak inside the house, and so on. Okay, and then this poem Also tell us about the nature of the cat. What the cat always do. So we can see in this poem that the cat like to scratch in the door, and then like to eat, playing, and also napping. So these are the nature of the cat. Alright, now now the character. So I want to ask you, how many or what character that you can see in this poem? So I believe you know the main character in this poem is cat because the author just write about the cat. No other character were mentioned in this poem, just cat. So the main character is cat and the subordinate character also cat. Alright, so let me just explain to you a bit about the cat. This poem, the author tried to tell us the differences about the cat and also other pets. Cat is very sneaky, clever, and like to make their own choices. And then they don't like to be in control and seems that they like to floating something or hiding for fun. This is the nature of the cat. Compared to other creatures, cat is clever. And then John Kitchen used this poem to make the cat seem magical, mysterious, and even little naughty in a clever way because cats play at the beehive. That one is very dangerous. However, when they play at the beehive, they don't get any harm because they are very clever. So the author tried to tell us about the nature of a cat. Okay, now we proceed with the task. Okay, the first task. The first task, the first task, you need to draw a cat and color it. Okay, now I give you about 10 minutes to draw the cat. Okay, while you are drawing the cat, I want you to know about the sentence used in this poem. Alright, the sentence used in this poem is actually the simple sentence. The simple sentence because in the sentence that in every stanza we can see that the author use simple sentence and also we have subject and predicate. And then the other things that the author use in this poem is the author use repetition. Why the poet use repetition? Because the poet wants to tell us about cat is actually something or animals that is very very good. And then if you can see the repetition of the number one, number two, number three until number eight. So the author repeat the number one until number eight. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And then the author use from eight to one, reverse the number. So here we can see that the repetition of the number is actually the fourth author try to tell us that cat is very, very what class? Very much. We have a lot of cats. So the number that the author used in this poem to describe and to portray that the cat are very lots in this world. Okay, and then here, if you finish uh, drawing your cat. Now we will move on to second task. Can we move, class? Can we move to the second task? Okay. Yes. If you didn't finish yet, later on after I finish my, explanation, you can just continue to draw your cat. Uh, Meanwhile, while you are drawing your cat, I want to continue with the other task. Okay, the other task that I want you to do is you have to list the color of the cat that you see at your house or maybe at the wet market or at the pet shop. You just list the color of the cat that you see. We have how many color? We have variety of color. For example, like orange, black, white, gray, and we have striped cat, and then we have gray. So this is the color of the cat. Now, you just list 10 color. You can just list white plus gray, and then white plus orange. All the color that you can see at your house, your cat at your house. Maybe your cat is orange in color, and you just write orange in color. Okay, now we move on to last one. Last one, I want you to write a short essay. Short essay about the cat. You just write about 50 words, one paragraph, about your pet. I mean, cat at your house. For example, like you want to tell about the name of the cat. Maybe you can start your essay by writing, I have a pet named Abu. And then Abu was a very active cat and always played inside and outside the house. Abu. Abu always sleep with me at home. And then Abu also like to play with his girlfriend. So you just continue the essay. Okay, class, I think that's it for my explanation. You just continue your essay and also your drawing. Okay, if you don't have any question to ask, I think that's it. Thank you.